In this video, I'm going to be going over what is meta. So I've seen a lot of people going around saying that you have to use the ISO, you have to use the Tempest Torrent, the Vel, and I have always been a firm believer of the meta is the gun that you are best with. And I'm going to be giving you all of the best builds for every single AR. So that way, if you like the TAC 56, you can use it. If you like the Chimera, you can use it. Starting with the M4, this is the best build that I have found for this weapon. Now, with the sight, you can pick whatever sight is best for you. Whatever you're most comfortable with, that's what I would put on it. I've seen a bunch of people using this one or the aim op, or some people are using the holotherm still, and some people are over using the slogger, wherever that's at. They did not make this easy. We're using the slogger. It really does not matter. That is honestly personal preference. The sight is what you are most comfortable with. Now, I have got this pretty much built for damage and recoil. That is how I pretty much build all of my weapons. If it's an AR, I don't really care if it's snappy. I want to be able to get the most damage and miss the least amount of shots. So that is how I have all of my builds set up. And this one is actually really liable because it's one of the few ARs that can actually get a 60 round mag. It shoots quick, it downs fast, and it doesn't really take forever to reload. And if you need to run with it, it is also very fast. Next, we have the TAC 56. You're probably going to notice a reoccurring theme here. For the guns that can have the same attachments, I pretty much put on the same attachments for. Because this one does not have a recoil issue, it is going to get the Harbinger D20 because I don't feel like it needs any help with recoil. But if you are struggling with recoil, you can always put the Fulcrum Pro on it. It does change it a little bit to where your recoil pretty much doesn't move. Now, before, when I had the Harbinger D on it, going towards the end, it does tend to go up. So you are going to lose some damage if you put on the Fulcrum. But if you can control your recoil, I would always suggest going for the extra damage. But if you're finding that this gun tends to get away from you, I would definitely put this on because it does not really move. Cookie cutter build. You get your optic, you get as much ammo as you can. This one, I want to love this gun, but I can't because it's got a 40 round mag, but I don't feel like it hits, or it says it's got the most damage out of all the ARs, but I don't feel like it does because I have issues getting all 4 kills with this gun if I'm playing quads, where with other guns that may even have a smaller mag, I can still get all the downs. But it is a fun gun, and I have the best barrel on it for damage range and recoil control. The ZR Talon 5, the phase 3 grip, all this is pretty much damage and recoil, and then ammo. Now, I don't necessarily know if this one... Okay, so same thing as the 56. If you're having issues, so if you're looking at the guy in back and you're having issues with the recoil, same thing as last time. You can go over to here, put on the second threaded 40. This is the same attachment as the Fulcrum Pro, but you're going to notice that it really doesn't even move. Actually, I lied. I don't think this one works on this gun. I've never used it, like I've never tested this out on this one. Okay, there we go. It was me. So, if you are having issues with recoil, this is definitely the attachment to put on it. It still is going to kick a little bit, but once you find the recoil pattern, you can get it to where it doesn't move very easily. But I still would probably... I just like the fact that it gives me suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and smoothness. And I feel like now more than ever, the suppression is very important because I know a lot of people are annoyed with this, but at the top of your screen up here, the compass, if you have it enabled, it is going to have red dots light up on it. Especially on Ashika Island. I have not really tested this in Al Mazrah, but on Ashika Island, you will have your dots show up top on your compass to tell you what direction people are shooting with a non-suppressed weapon. And I have not tested the range on it, but I know it is a pretty good range that it will help you find people if you're looking at that. I'm going to be making a separate video about that because I do not feel like anyone has actually touched it yet. So I know that there are some people that they were talking about it, but it's kind of just fallen off the face of the earth. So I want to actually revise it in Season 2 Reload and kind of explain how to get more kills by using that compass. So let me know in the comments below if you would like me to make that video and if that would be something that you would like to see. Moving on to the Latchman 5.56. Same thing, more ammo, your optic, barrel. It's just, this is the barrel that as you go through, this one is going to give you the most damage and the most recoil control. Now, there are probably better barrels out there if you're looking for more, like, doesn't have as much penalties. Because, like, you can go to this one and it doesn't affect your handling as much. But like I said on the M4, it's an AR. You're not going to be pushing a building with this. You're supposed to be getting, that longer range fight that your close range weapon can't, whether if it's a pistol or if it's an SMG or if it's a melee weapon. This is the one that's supposed to be getting the fights that are longer range. So I don't have it built to where it'll super fast ADS or mobility. I switch weapons and I run with my secondary or my primary, because my primary is normally my SMGs or my melee weapons. My secondaries are the long range guns. And I will go into that in a video down the road on why I have my weapon positioning where I have them and what I think the most strategical way to help you out of getting your loading and not dying. So, same thing here on this one. I really don't think that it has... So it does have a little bit kick up, but I don't feel like it has any horizontal recoil. But if you need to help adjust that, same thing, you can put on the F-Tac one. But if there is one that's just... Okay, so vertical and horizontal, because that's the only thing I was noticing. Yeah, like, this one does not move if you put this attachment on. Now, this is gonna affect some of your range and some of your damage, but, like, I mean, that thing didn't move. So, like, I am good at controlling my recoil, but I'm not the best. But this is very minimal, effort to keep this gun on that far. This would probably be the attachment, and, like, that's not even tuned. This would be the attachment right here that I would probably recommend for everyone that is struggling with this gun's recoil with this build, this particular build's recoil. So just throw that on there, and honestly, I probably honestly wouldn't even tune this. I'd maybe add a little bit for gun kick, but I don't really want to take away my accuracy too much. So I would probably just tune something like that. And I kind of feel like this thing isn't gonna move. Like, you'll probably get that small visual recoil where your dot or whatever your sight is bounces a little bit, but all your bullets are gonna be going straight. And now that they actually released the can I have it? I guess I have to loop it down. So now that they actually physically released this one, this skin, I might actually run this a little bit more, just put on my build, because, well, I like my build better, and just use this, because, I mean, hey, who didn't love Verdansk? We are now at the STB 556. I have gotten a lot of mixed reviews, comments on this weapon when I was testing it out. I asked some people what they thought was the worst AR. This apparently got multiple mentions, so I was a little surprised because I personally like this gun. Like, it's got decent recoil, it kills pretty quick, and I mean, it has a 42 round mag, but cast off 7.62 does too, but people still love that. So I actually like this one. It just does not have that bad of recoil. It is easy to control. It does have a little bit vertical, but that is because I cannot adjust the muzzle, because I do have my barrel that has it all built in, which is also kind of nice, because then you can also put on an additional attachment instead of the muzzle to help with recoil, which is exactly what this one is for. Yeah, there's nothing else I would recommend to put on this build. This was actually a very interesting feature, that it has this single tap. I did not know about this one, which you can come over here, and if it'll hit, you can get 2 headshot kills on the dummies. And yes, I know that that's a thing, but like 10 rounds, it's kinda, it would definitely have to be like a pro build. But I did think that it was kind of funny that for some weird reason they decided that we should add a single tap mod to a gun with 10 rounds. It's Activision. No one understands them. If you hear my dogs in the background, I'm sorry. So on this one, this is definitely the gun that probably gave me the most headache, the most grief when I was grinding it. So the trick to this one is I kind of turn it into more of a long range weapon. So switch it to single burst. Okay, for some reason it's not highlighting. So if you look down where, well, hold up. 2 seconds. You go up. You go up. Okay, so if you look down here, if you're looking down here, when I switch it, it's just keeping it on full auto. I think it's kind of weird, but whatever. Okay. Move me back down here, so I'm out of the way. Okay, now. Okay, so if you switch it to full auto, this is the way to go. It will give you, it doesn't give you more damage, which I also think that it's funny that on this gun, like if they would fix this, this gun would be so much better, but 3 in the chest, and then if I come over here and I get all 3 headshots, it's still 3 bullets. Like this gun, like no one's used it, like they just never have touched it. It is a fun gun to use. They just need to buff it a little bit. Give it a headshot multiplier, and I think this gun would be very viable. Now, we are here at probably my favorite AR in the entire game. This is the gun that pretty much I've just destroyed multiplayer when I was grinding it, and it was so much fun. So I have it built as more of a sniper support. Okay, hello, what is that? No, go away. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Focus. I blame you. So it's not really a long range weapon. It never has been. It's more of that gun that you're gonna pair it with your sniper rifles, like I said, sniper support. But I'm actually using it as my secondary to my Tempest Torrent because it can hold 240 rounds of extra ammo based of an LMG that cannot hold as much ammo. So it kind of helps me, and it feels like an SMG. Like running with this gun, like it feels like an SMG. And it can. I hate the firing range. It's not built for accuracy or long range kills, but it can get the guy in back. I have beaten multiple Vels with this gun. I have beaten Lashman subs with this gun. I've beaten every single gun with this gun as long as you're aware you can get shots off first. You'll beat every time. The broadside is the new shotgun attachment that we got once we leveled that one up. It does make a huge difference for the mobility of this build, and that's why it has to be on. I realized that my name is in the way. So should move that out of the way really quick. Go away. The True Tac. And then I really wish that it could have a bigger mag, but it can't. So again, not an issue with recoil. So we have the Harbinger D 20 barrel on it. Phase grip. Now, the phase grip 3 was something that was not on it before because I didn't want it to affect the ADS speed. But because of the patch notes, they do not hurt your ADS speed as much. So this is what I will be running on all of my SMGs. I will have an underbarrel on most of them, unless the recoil is just non-existent. So we stumble across this gun, the Cast-Off 545, which not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people know that this gun even exists. They know about the Cast-Off 762, they know about the Cast-Off 74U, but this one was just unheard of. And this is actually the gun that I was using when I was grinding rank play. And it was fun killing people, and every time they always went to the 762, which it got G8 in rank, so everyone was trying to figure out how I was still using it. But it has a 60 round mag. Again, one of the bigger rounds in like this thing. Oh, that was me. That was 100% me. It does bounce a little bit. Nothing that can't be controlled. Like, with the slight assist of aim assist, this gun, it just... And like, it's actually the mobility on it is not that bad. Like, it's not the Vel or something that where, you know, you can start here, attack, sprint, jump all the way over to the wall, and then just light these people up. But for an AR, it's definitely got its mobility. And it hits pretty hard. You can easily kill 4 people with its mag. And why is this not back down? No, don't move the whole thing, you idiot. Take this, drag it down, shift, lock it in. Thank you. One job. So this is definitely the build that I would go with it. We come to the Chimera. This gun is interesting. It's very interesting to say the least. I would also use this as a support. I would not ever have this as my long range gun. It's not going to happen. But for a close range sniper support with this fire rate, it's pretty good. Now, range, as you can tell, it is not pretty good at. But this thing, you're breaching a building and you're going up against a guy. I feel sorry for him. The only reason why I don't use this one is because, like I said, the cast-off 7.62 is mine. But it has mobility, it has a 45-round mag, and it pretty much doesn't move. Its TTK is faster than the 74U because its fire rate is so high. But as terms of it will take more bullets to knock, but it does down them faster. Why is that there? How dare you? That isn't nice. This is the way it's supposed to be. Thank you. And then it's supposed to be safety first. Nope, safety first goes on 3. Thank you. Wait, we don't have our... Okay, there we go. Hideous build. Wow. Anyhow, now that we're back. Side note. So, just, it kills faster because it does have a better mag, but the 74U has more damage. So, it's up in the air, toss-up. Personal preference. I also don't like the iron sights on this thing, but if I took any of this off, it just felt like it got way out of control. So, I just went with it. Because, why not? The M13 Bravo. It's a gun. You know, it's there. Firing range wise, it shoots extremely high fire rate. Does not have as much damage as the other ones. Firing range is so hard to shoot in. Doesn't have as much damage as the other ones, but it will kill. And like it does kill pretty fast, but if you do choose, if this is the gun you like running, I would definitely use one slot in my backpack to hold it because it does go through the ammo very quickly. With its fire rate and the amount of bullets that it takes to down, it just downs them very quickly because it's there. Now, I built this one pretty much for recoil control. Because, well, why not? If you can have the most powerful gun in the game, but if you miss your shots, you're still not... Awesome, my pedal shift. If you miss your shots, it really doesn't matter if you have the highest killing gun in the game. If you miss a shot, you're still going to lose to someone that hits their shots. So that is why recoil is so important. And we are here. ISO Hemlock. Yeah. So pretty much it's a pretty straight standard forward build. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen this a million times. There's nothing different from my build than anyone else's. No special secret. Filled. It's pretty much the attachment. The only thing that I have, the F-Tac Ripper underbarrel. But other than that, I pretty much have the same thing as the blueprint, and I went with my sight. Something is wrong with this gun. Like, that's 50 15 bullets, 0 headshots. Like, not even going for the headshot. Like, this gun is just... You have to use... That's all I'm going to say. This is the build that I use whenever I'm trying to get high kill games, or if I'm in a kill race. I was actually in a kill race, and this gun actually clutched it up because I was down by 3 kills, and I wiped an entire squad just with this gun with 1 mag. So, this is definitely the gun to use. Like, I don't know. So, it does have the fulcrum, which, I mean, I don't really feel like it, but, and again, if you just have a bunch, and I mean, like, you're like this, or you're all over the place, I would definitely put this attachment on, so that way you can go from that to this. This gun is broken. And one thing that I have learned, you either use it or you die by it. The only one that I have not used is the fire shotguns, because that's just ridiculous and they're not for me. So you can definitely put on the Fulcrum Pro, or if you are just having a more vertical... Oh, hello. Random button. If you're having more vertical recoil, like this one, I don't really feel like it goes side to side. So, if you are needing the additional recoil for up and down, I would definitely put on actually the X10, because it is better than the... It's better than the Fulcrum Pro. It's also going to be better than the second shredded, because this one also, both these two assist with horizontal. So the vertical is the one that you need more of at this particular build. So that is the one that I would go with for this build if you are having issues with recoil.